And God damn it.
We're alive. Great. And he's dead. Steve is dead.
Back screen already. There we go. We're back. Yep. I hate the internet. If you guys haven't noticed me in the internet, we have this little rivalry going. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, welcome back everybody to Sundays with the General. I am here this week joined by just Luke himself. What's going on, brother?
Oh, counting down the days till we're in Texas, brother. That's about it right now. We got our first taste.
Dude, I know. We got a badass pool at the Airbnb that I won't be able to go in at all.
Yep.
Yeah, gonna be.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no Duncan for Steve, but it's all right. Could be worse. But I'm pumped for. I'm just pumped.
Yes,
for
those who are watching at home, I am doing my best Rob Gronkowski impersonation. And see, it's almost like good for you guys, like when it comes to the Hoopathon, because like now I won't be able to school you all one-on-one.
Yeah, a
windmill. Like now I don't have to embarrass you.
Yeah,
you guys. So like, it's fortunate for you guys, really.
Super. Yeah.
But so first topic today, man, we got to talk about him. If the banner will go across the fight.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, guys, interesting. Don't really know what to do. Yeah. We'll be back after these short messages from our sponsors.
And don't worry, I'm back, fellas. I am going to get Luke right back here in a second. Give me one wholehearted minute here. God damn it. Paste, you son of a fucking bitch. No, I didn't fucking hit that button. I don't know how I keep viewers on this show half the time with the way this shit goes. But yeah, everybody, Luke will be back in a minute. Until he gets here, bringing up Bobby Bowden died this morning. 91 years old, legendary college football head coach. And here's Luke.
Hey,
yeah, we're here. Yeah. I was just saying, I don't know how I fucking keep viewers on this show.
It's how awesome.
Yeah, it's just a testament to how amazing I am.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I was just starting off, man. Bobby Bowden died this morning, 91 years old, man. Absolutely, one of the best college football coaches of all time.
Absolutely, no doubt.
12 ACC championships, including 8 in a row, 2 national titles. He was chasing Joe Paterno for winning as coach of all time until a bunch of his wins got vacated for bad grades on players, whatever. Something the NCAA made up at some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you know anything about college football, you know who Bobby Bowden was. I saw he died. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that guy's still alive?
Yeah.
I'd almost forgot about Bobby. He was old when he fucking retired.
Yeah, they put it on SportsCenter not even maybe 2 weeks ago that he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. It was some sort of terminal cancer. And I was like, fuck. I was like, Bobby Bowden's still here. Like, I didn't know he was even still alive. And then
of
course, got the patient yesterday or the day before that he passed away. And I was like, fuck, 91. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I felt like he was in his 70s when he retired.
Well, dude, that's what I'm thinking. He's 91, so he retired in 2009.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was 09 he retired, so that's 12 years ago.
Yeah.
78 years old, still coaching on the sidelines. Fuck the culture.
It's yeah. Fuck,
I couldn't deal with the stress of my job.
Yeah.
I got fucking 78 years old, dude. The stress of fucking running a college football team, especially one as prominent as Florida State.
Yeah.
When you had his resume too, I could never fucking touch that at 78.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace, Bobby Bowden. Just tragic loss to the college football world. We'll go on to some positive stuff here. South Park, Paramount deal, dude. These guys, after 24 seasons, Trey Parker and Matt Stone have been paid $900 million to 6 more seasons of South Park. And what was it, 14 movies for Paramount Plus?
14 movies.
So first of all, we're going to get 14 South Park movies. That's fucking incredible.
Insanity.
14 South Park movies. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There's bound to be at least 3 classics in there.
Yeah. Easily.
Oh, this is a good question. Angela, will we ever find out who killed Kenny? I hope not.
No.
I hope not. I like the mystery there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's $900 million fucking dollars, dude.
Yeah.
And I was saying this to you the other day. They've been 24 years. They've been writing South Park. Most jobs are 25, 30 years before you retire, right?
Yeah.
So if you do 24 years, it's like, hey, we had a good run.
Especially in TV.
In TV, yeah, you do 24 years in TV, you're still not only are you on TV, but like prominent. Like, you look at The Simpsons. The Simpsons have been on forever, but like, I don't think people still watch The Simpsons like they used to.
No.
Even Family Guy, like I don't watch Family Guy like I used to. But South Park has managed to stay with the times.
Correct.
They stay relevant because they will make fun of anyone and anyone and anything at any time.
In 24 years, they have literally shat on the chest of every well-known celebrity, well-known senator, well-known whatever you want to say. They have shit on the chest. And the American public, like, we're completely.
Well, think about. For how long now has it been that South Park's been at the point that anytime something major happens, like in the world, people are like, oh man, can't wait to see what South Park does next week.
Yeah.
Because dude, since the days of the Joe Paterno scandal and Obama's first election in office, that's what we've been saying with the South Park. I can't wait to see what they got.
Yeah.
They nail it every time. They hit the nail on the head. And dude, that's a testament to them. Like $900 million after 25 fucking years to do it the same show, man. That's how good they still are.
I'll be in the nursing home watching the pandemic special. I absolutely will. There's no doubt in my mind I will be, because it's just going to stay relevant. That's
it's timeless.
Yeah, I'll be sitting there watching. I'll watch the vaccine episodes. I don't care. Those are just classics.
Oh, dude. Let's go back to Tom Cruise coming out of the closet. That was one of the greatest television episodes ever. And that was, God, I was like 12, 13 years old when that came out.
Yeah.
And then they still made the COVID special this year, which was one of the greatest television episodes ever.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they've been able to do. So, yeah, movie of the week. This is the exciting reason we're here. Dude, Suicide Squad came out. Well, we all thought it was going to come out midnight on Thursday on HBO Max. It was actually his good friend Mark Guajardo. How do we say his name?
Ari?
We don't know how to say Mark's name. Yeah, but he texted us what around like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thursday night, it was already out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, so I know you watched it last night and again this morning. I loved it. James Gunn was the perfect director to get for this.
Yeah.
Um,
They finally nailed it. They finally got it right.
yeah, but like the first Suicide Squad was not a Suicide Squad movie. It was, the stakes were too big. There was a demon witch about to take over an entire city. For some reason, none of the real superheroes were going to respond to that.
Right.
But like this was just more. The stakes were smaller. It was more like precise. They have one mission. What do you say?
I think it was just more realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was more realistic, and it like that's what the Suicide Squad is supposed to be, is fucked up characters on a fucked up mission, small scale, that the superheroes wouldn't be doing.
Right.
So we got I'm just gonna call him Mark McFly for now on. He's no longer Mark Ruffalo, Mark McFly. Is it y'all's favorite DCEU film? It might be.
In recent memory, yes. The first Wonder Woman was always my favorite. The second one is not good.
Yeah, the second one was not good. I was not happy with.
I would say the first Wonder Woman will probably always be my favorite, but this is definitely right there. It's 1A and 1B between me.
So Mark says it's tied with Snyder Cut for him. I was just gonna say,
yeah.
Are we counting Snyder Cut as actually part of the DCEU? Because like the studio doesn't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to.
That's. But I mean, like if Snyder Cut's part of the DCEU, then yeah, it's tied with Snyder Cut. But I don't know if technically they're included there. But yeah, I mean, I thought they killed it. The casting. Now, this is one thing with DC is like as bad as their movies have been, their casting is always like pretty fucking good. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Like, she was born to play Harley Quinn. She was born for that. In the same way that Robert Downey Jr. was born for Iron Man.
Correct.
Idris Elba as Bloodsport. Again, like, if you've ever seen Bloodsport in the comics, and then you see Idris Elba in the movie, like, oh, yeah, that's him. That fits.
Yeah.
Getting Sylvester Stallone to voice King Shark, always a plus if you can get Sylvester Stallone to voice an animated character.
Yeah. Oh. And talk about a paycheck. The Shark barely even talked.
You know yeah, and you know they had to pay him out the ass. Let's. Like I said, the casting, Amanda Waller is Viola Davis is perfect as Amanda Waller.
Just a stone cold bitch.
Dude, so evil.
Fucking cold.
So evil. Yeah, the movie nails it, dude. It's funny as hell. They don't force the humor like Marvel movies at times. Not at times, literally. At all times in Marvel movies, they like force humor. It's supposed to be like a serious moment, and they're like, oh wait, no, I have a not that funny wisecrack we can have one of the characters make here to lighten the mood. Like it doesn't. It's funny, but like when the movie's supposed to be serious, it's serious.
It's been so long since I've actually seen John Cena work, and I honestly forgot how good of an actor he can be. Oh
well, no, I was just gonna say this. You didn't forget how good of an actor John Cena could be. We didn't know that John Cena could be that good of an actor.
Yeah.
We didn't. We knew John Cena could be funny.
Yeah.
We knew he could do action scenes. And I was actually talking about this with someone the other night. It's like Cena needed that role where he gets to show like a little bit more of a serious acting side, and like maybe a bit of a psycho.
Yeah.
And like show a little bit of range, and then like shit's gonna open up for him. it's hard to really say without spoilers, but like he shows some range. Near the end of this movie, he is downright terrifying.
Yeah.
Just cold-blooded after being hilarious the entire way through.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's a cold-blooded psycho.
Yeah, and you're right. It didn't seem forced. Like, it felt... Everything that happened in that movie felt like it was supposed to go.
Yeah. And, you know, like, while we're talking about the casting, a guy who's going to fly under the radar here, Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
Yeah.
And now Joel Kinnaman, he's not a very well-known actor. This guy, I believe he was the guy who was in that horrible RoboCop remake they tried to make. So, like, that's a black stain on his resume. But he also nailed it in the first season of Altered Carbon as Takeshi Kovacs, and he nailed it here as Rick Flag. So, Joel Kinnaman is quickly bringing himself a little respect in my eyes. So you saw after the credits, John Cena's getting a spin-off series as Peacemaker too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's going to be fun because character, obviously, like I said, he's a little bit of a psycho, but he's going to be a fun character in a television series, I think. An HBO Max series, nonetheless. So this is going to be TVMA. This is going to be
gore.
It's going to be what the movie gave us.
Yeah. And that's another thing. If you're watching this and you're waiting for us for this, if you're faint of heart and don't like gore, Suicide Squad is not for you or your children.
Oh no, yeah, they did. Yeah. So now that's one thing to say. Now there are parents out there. There are still parents out there who think an R-rated comic book movie is still something you can bring the kid to. No. Well, see, honestly, my parents probably would have brought me to this movie.
Yeah.
I saw The Terminator when I was like 7, so.
Yeah, but you also knew going into it what it was. These parents were like, "Oh, it's a superhero movie."
Yeah. Dude, it's off topic, but I'll never forget seeing Deadpool in theaters.
Exactly.
And I think it was like the second time that I'd seen it because I saw it like 2 weeks in a row when freshman. I love that movie. And it comes to the strip club scene, and I see some mothers like a couple rows in front of me yell at a kid, "You tricked me!" Starts like dragging a 10-year-old kid out of the theater. I'm like, "Oh, bitch, the movie's rated R. You got tricked by a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
In the age of the internet? Well, that's just that's your fault."
Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah. Good job by the 10-year-old.
Yeah,
you could have easily found out this movie wasn't for kids. But yeah, this is not for kids.
Not for kids.
This earns its R rating.
Yeah.
This is an R-rated action movie.
Yes.
I mean, like, there's a character that's a giant shark that eats people, voiced by Sylvester Stallone, and he does actually eat people.
If you don't get that, then I mean,
yeah,
you should be watching.
Yeah, like if you put that into a movie and don't make the movie rated R, then the movie fucked up.
Right.
But yes, and then you know, I'm not going to spoil the ending. It's only been 2 days. We'll talk about our theories after.
Yeah.
But the ending of the movie will give people they've left themselves some options here with the characters. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do moving forward with these characters. But they've left the door open for some stuff. So everyone who watches this knows the General's Puff system for rating movies. Luke, I know you've heard it. So 5 puffs is the worst. And the only thing you can get above 1 puff is a stamp of approval, and Suicide Squad gets the stamp of approval. This was an awesome movie. James Gunn knocked it out of the fucking park.
And they needed this bad.
They desperately needed this. Because they thought Wonder Woman 84 was it for them, and then that bombed, and people were like, "Oh shit, maybe DC actually sucks." But now, like, there's hope for DC, and they needed this. Considering their upcoming slate, you got this Batman movie with Robert Pattinson that we're already really skeptical about because you casted the kid from Twilight as Batman. Story from the day. But like, the biggest, they got coming out is they got Black Adam with The Rock as Black Adam and Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. And now that is like perfect casting, I think. Just without even seeing the movie, I think those are two perfect casting decisions.
Well,
So you needed some goodwill before you bring out something like that, because you know it's costing you some fucking money.
You're going to need a lot of good PR when this Aquaman 2 hits theaters too, because there's a lot of people that don't want Amber Heard in protest.
I'm sorry, what was that? I got a plane flying over me.
Oh, I was talking about they're going to need all the good PR they can get with Amber Heard.
Oh yeah, Amber Heard.
What I mean.
Yeah, they didn't recast her.
They didn't recast her. They said the movie. I forget the direct quote, but it was a pretty bad quote by the director himself with that whole situation. And I've seen Reddit pages, I've seen reviews, and people are not wanting this movie to happen. And I think the box office is gonna really tank on that one. And it sucks because Jason Momoa is a perfect.
Again, I was just gonna say Jason Momoa was again perfect casting as Aquaman. It was like everyone was like, when they said they were gonna make an Aquaman movie, everyone was like, how are they gonna pull this off? And then they were like, dude, it's easy. Jason Momoa is not gonna wear a shirt.
Yeah, ball game.
He's gonna have long hair.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's worth $100 million.
Yeah, so they're gonna need all the good PR they
Absolutely. All right. So I had said you were here for Suicide Squad review, Luke, but I mean, really, Triple T's is why you show up, right?
Oh yeah.
So once again, people, I've gone to the great dark, horrifying depths of Twitter, and I have found some just, the internet is a magical place.
It's something.
Yeah. The internet is a magical and terrifying place.
Yes.
And with all this terror comes terrible Twitter takes. So first up, Chris Gasper at Boston Media, one of moron from, I don't even know who the fuck he even fucking works for anymore. Who cares? He sucks. So earlier, a little while ago this season, this Olympic basketball season, he was going on about how Greg Popovich has never actually proven that he's a good basketball coach. This was proving that he wasn't, which I already thought that was a kind of crazy take to, stake a claim behind. But, then they win the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people normal people with dignity would, backtrack, be like, own it, yeah, I screwed up. Maybe he's a good coach. Take back what I said. Now, Chris Gasper doubles down because he's a moron who works at Boston Media. And basically he said that Greg Popovich is the Barry Switzer of basketball coaches. Yeah, that's the exact quote. He is the Barry Switzer of basketball. He's not a very good coach. He's not a good international coach. He's just always had good players.
And am I missing a whole decade of Greg Popovich teams? Am I missing something here?
A whole decade, dude. You're missing like 15 years or something.
What? What are you talking about?
I know, like, first, I understand this, like, he always had good players, but, like, at a certain point, isn't it, like, if they always have good players for, like, that long of a period of time, isn't that usually, like, something to do with good coaching? I think.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, he's the Barry Switzer of basketball coaches.
You know as well as I do, these international teams practice together all the fucking time. They play all the time. Do you know he plays NBA? First of all, Greg Popovich is weird. Anyways, San Antonio offense. It takes time. But you're still getting player after player after player after player. Like, you're still getting all these NBA talent players as soon as the finals is over. Then you're getting all those players. It took time. I'm not saying that the talent in the NBA is just not what is for the international ball. We still want a fucking gold medal. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think I've ever seen someone like be like, you know what, Greg Popovich is the guy I don't like. Greg Popovich is the coach that I don't. I've never heard that. Like, he's the only person who's ever made an argument that Greg Popovich is not good at what he does. Dude, I'm from Boston. I have no reason at all to defend Greg Popovich, other than like I have respect for sports.
He beat one of the most talented teams, super team, since the Boston team, and they beat him in Miami. Like, what do you mean? Like,
dude, before that, I mean, he was given.
Get out of my Twitter feed, dude. Get out.
Yeah,
get the fuck.
Dude, see, that's what I deal with here in Boston. That's what you guys got to understand. This is the media that I have here. This is, dude, he'd say worse things about Boston coaches.
Like,
I did have one that was a top 5 quarterbacks list on screenshot. I can't find the screenshot, so we're gonna pass over that one.
Okay.
I do have a Boston fan after Tatum won his gold medal saying that Tatum is already a better player than Larry Bird ever was. I love Jason Tatum. But Larry Bird won 3 straight MVPs in the 1980s in a league that had Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was in the league at the time. Like, I love Tatum, but let's slow roll there just a bit.
Go get a fucking piss test. You are.
And then I had Bruce Irons, NFL. He was trying to discredit Tom Brady and also Julian Edelman, because it makes sense. And they're saying that Edelman wasn't really good in the playoffs because his yards per catch in the playoffs isn't that high. And then it's, he wasn't catching a lot of deep passes in the playoffs. So, I'm going to ask you this. So if it's 3rd and 15, right?
Yeah.
The guy catches a 12-yard pass. Do you care at all about that?
No.
Yeah. So if you got 3rd and 5 and the guy catches a 6-yard pass, how about that? Pretty good play, right?
That's a first down.
Yep. That's pretty much all I have to say about that.
I mean, I literally, when I was growing up, or when I was even coaching, I would tell those 5th and 6th graders that we coached, we just need 3 yards. And they would look at
sticks.
They're like, what do you mean we need 3 yards? I said 3 yards on first down, 3 yards on second down, 3 yards on third down, 3 yards on fourth down. And we're there.
Hey, stay on schedule.
We're on schedule. Like, all I need is 3 yards.
Yeah, it's about moving the sticks. Like, yeah. I don't care that you. That's, I don't know, whatever. So this last terrible Twitter take, man, I'm just gonna. It's its own separate conversation. All right, why don't we go on the screen?
Oh my God, what's it?
Oh God, so this kid tweeted. He has to be a kid because you have to be 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like 12 years old to ask this question.
Yeah.
If you gave LeBron 2 years to train, do you think he could beat prime Mike Tyson in a fight? So, first of all, 2 years to train in boxing is not that much.
Yeah.
2 years of training in boxing for you, you're either too young or too dumb to understand this, man. But 2 years of training in boxing is like maybe enough to get your footwork right.
Yeah.
To execute, and then you'll start to learn how to properly execute your jab, and
and then
your hooks and everything, and then your breathing. But it's a lot that goes into it. Prime Mike Tyson. Look, a better question is if you gave prime LeBron 2 years of training, could he beat Mike Tyson now?
Yeah. And I Mike will whoop his ass.
Yeah, and I don't know that he can. Because, look, first of all, Mike Tyson is, I think, without a doubt, the best knockout puncher in the history of boxing.
Yeah.
Not just the history of boxing, the history of combat sports. There's never been a puncher, there's never been a fighter in the UFC that can throw a punch like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
There's never been a boxer that can throw a punch like Mike. There ain't. It doesn't happen.
Nope.
He was an animal. On top of that, what people don't realize, because everyone just thinks, well, Mike, a lot of people just think, well, Mike Tyson is like, oh, he just knocked people out. Well, Mike Tyson was one of the greatest technical fighters of all time as well. Mike Tyson knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he went rounds. It wasn't just one round and out. He went rounds.
Dude, he honed his craft under Cus D'Amato, man. Cus D'Amato was a fucking perfectionist. He was an old school Italian guy. Of course he was a fucking perfectionist. We've seen the way these guys make fucking pasta.
Yeah. Yeah.
They spend 8 hours cooking Italian sauce. What do you think he is talking about boxing?
Right.
But I mean, Mike Tyson was an amazing technical fighter. And also, I had to go through the Twitter thread on this. Because, like...
Well, yeah. I mean, once you're in that rabbit hole, you might as well just go down it.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, I got to see what's going on in here. So, like, there's a bunch of people in there like, man, some of you don't have no idea who Mike Tyson is. And I'm like, all right, you're normal, you're humans, you're over 15.
You have brain cells.
Yeah. And I got these old heads got to stop saying Mike. They don't realize that LeBron's 6'9" and 250. He's way bigger. He'd just dance around him because he's got the reach. Now, reach can be a major advantage in a fight. In a box, reach can be a big advantage, but it's not an automatic win. And the other part of having the reach is that you have to know how to use that reach. You have to have a perfect jab.
Correctly.
You have to use your jab correctly, which you can't. You're probably not going to figure out enough in 2 years of training to take on
Like
world champion, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah. I mean,
and now here's the other thing though. But dude, if you're 6'9", you're fighting a guy like Mike. Okay, so again, I said he's one of the best technical fighters ever. He's the best knockout puncher ever. You know what else he was? He's one of the best body punchers ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're a foot taller than Mike Tyson with only 2 years of training, that is a major disadvantage because he's gonna crumple your fucking kidneys.
Yeah. If he doesn't knock you out, you'll have a ruptured kidney.
Yeah, like you're just gonna, if you're a foot taller than Mike Tyson, he doesn't knock you out. It's because you've got internal fucking bleeding.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this dude. Nobody realized this dude literally had a video game named after him. Like, what are you talking
Called
about?
Mike Tyson's Punch Out, dude. Do we not realize that this guy, after his prime, was sparring with his fucking tigers in his backyard?
I mean, he punched out. His neck is completely out. I mean, come on.
Dude, everyone knows he had tigers. He was letting the tigers out of his cage and wrestling with them in his backyard.
Yeah.
This is after his prime. Dude, he's not right in the head.
Right. And that's that you want to put. I'm not. Oh, God.
You know what? While we're at it, man, let's give LeBron 2 years of training in golf. And I'm sure he'd be better than Tiger Woods ever was, right?
2 years on a circuit in golf will do wonders, but he'll never be. LeBron is finishing second no matter what. It don't matter what the sport is.
Dude.
He's finishing second. If he would be a tight end, he's going to be. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like if he played tight end in the NFL, he might not be better than Gronk.
Right.
Look, you know what? LeBron's an amazing athlete. LeBron is one of the best basketball players that ever played. It is.
Correct.
I can't stand the guy, but it's been an honor to be able to watch his career because I'm a sports fan. He's got an argument for the greatest player of all time. I don't think he is. Jordan's my GOAT, but hey, I'm not gonna hold it against you. But let's not go on to like LeBron would just be better at any athlete in any sport.
Right.
Could he beat Mike Tyson in a fight? Shut the fuck up. Like Mike Tyson's one of the greatest fighters ever.
He just keeps moving him to the next sport and say, well, wonder if he could be the best at tennis. Or what if he could be the best at golf? Or how about
you know what? I bet if he did gymnastics, I bet he would be better than Simone Biles ever was.
Stop it.
Dude, forget Wayne Gretzky. The only reason Wayne Gretzky is considered the best hockey player ever is because LeBron never put on skates.
But the sad thing is there's somebody out there that believes that.
Dude, that could have just been another terrible Twitter take, and you don't know it. Like, that's actually something that you could have read on Twitter.
Stadium like bunnies, and you're just like, bro, what are you doing? You're like,
it's just crazy to me. I just can't believe, like, I mean, last week for terrible Twitter takes, dude, I got someone saying that Kanye would be bigger than Michael Jackson ever was, and now I have kids saying LeBron could beat Mike Tyson in a fight. This is just 2 weeks.
If you're watching this and you want a definitive decision, Mike will knock him the fuck out. Ball game.
Yeah. And if you're one of those people who's thinking like, okay, maybe there's another like retired NBA player, like, you know, current NBA player that like with a few years of training could beat Mike in a fight. No, there's not.
No,
it's not. No. Like
I would rather pay to see T.O. and him box than Mike and him box.
Oh, I mean, like, first of all, LeBron fighting Tyson. Again, it's part of the game nowadays, so I get it. But we've seen the way LeBron dives back when he gets, like, shoved a little bit.
Right.
Trying to get a foul.
Right.
Punched
in the face. Mike fucking
yeah, like what? It's gonna be if that's how much you flail when you get pushed on an NBA game. Dude.
I mean, there's not a ref in the world that's gonna stop that.
At this point, man. Like, if all these kids like keep talking, like about people who could beat Mike Tyson in a fight, then like the problem that we have here is that Mike is not all there. He never has been. He never will be.
Ever.
Yeah, like no, he's not even close all there. He's not even halfway there.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually people keep talking like this. Eventually, Mike is going to take one of these fights, and Mike might just fucking kill someone.
Right. And I hope it's Jake Paul or one of those guys.
Yes. I hope it's Jake Paul. Yeah.
I hope Mike doesn't say a fucking word to him. I hope he just sits there, let him fucking talk his shit the whole time. Fucking first 10 seconds, knock his fucking ass out, and walk out with just drop the glove and walk out. That's all I want to see.
That Jake Paul versus Tyson thing, man, I've seen people say about that, like, oh man, it'll just be like these other ones where he's gonna take a pay cut. He's gonna take the payday and like, you know, take a fall or like not go that hard. That's not there for him. I've seen that take. Dude, he ain't like that. He's not built like that. I've never met the guy personally. I just know that Mike Tyson's not like that.
He's not losing to Jake Paul. Okay, like,
dude, this guy bit off someone's ear in a professional fight. He's not taking a fall for anybody.
No, it don't matter if he loses $100 billion. Paul.
Yeah, no. To anybody, let alone one of the Paul brothers. I just it's just hilarious to me, man. But yeah, that's all we got for you folks today. Thanks for tuning in. This has been another episode of Sundays with the General. Keep an eye on for us, man. 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks away until a bunch of us actually meet in Texas.
Yep.
I'm actually going to meet just Luke in person.
Yep, can't wait. I'll have a cool duel waiting for you.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got a beautiful pool that I cannot go in.
Yep.
Yep. We got a big hoopathon that I cannot participate in. So, like I said earlier,
But I will
I won't have
take
to embarrass anyone.
your foul shooting with one arm over Giannis. So that's good.
But yeah, a lot of big events. I got the big fantasy football draft hosted by On the Field Fantasy Football, our new fantasy football show. It should be a good time. Luke, good. Thanks for having you on, buddy. You want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yep, you can find me on Twitter at Hearts on Hockey. I'm just glad the NFL season's back into the lab. Can't wait to start over there again.
Yep.
And 2 weeks away from the big convention. Can't wait to be down in Texas with everybody, tacos, and putting away some cold ones. So 2 weeks, start the countdown. Let's go.
Yep. Let's do it. Oh, thanks for tuning everybody. We will see you next week.